nonsense.
Let me
I
hit
can't
got it.
say you look
Okay.
natural because your eyeballs are so big. I don't know why. All right. Okay. I don't know. Okay. Shenanigans. Okay. Please don't do don't do these dances. Please don't do these dances. Welcome to Autism Me Goodness. My name is Tiffany. I have another guest again. She's back, and tables are turning. It's turning.
Little
Switching.
flipperoo. Little flipperoo.
Little flipperoo. So I'm gonna hand over the reins to Rhonda, and she's gonna interview me with some questions. I don't know what the questions are, but I do want to show my merch.
Sweet merch.
Yeah. Well, it's not really merch because I'm the only one that owns one. So but I did want to show my shirt. So it's not really merch. So, but I just wanted to show that I have my shirt on.
Now, if you get a coffee mug, though, Tiffany,
Probably can.
I'm just
So maybe
saying.
that
I'm
will
just
work
saying.
better for you if you got a coffee mug. So I'll look to see what's in the store. So anyway, so I'm gonna turn it over to Rhonda to ask me questions I don't know anything about. And okay, you go ahead.
Okay, everyone. So I put together some questions to ask Tiffany. Some of these things she may have already went over in previous videos, but for those new watching it, it'll be new to them, maybe a refresher for everyone else. But I hope these questions are pretty good for you, Tiffany. Nothing scary. Nothing scary. Don't be afraid.
Think you would do anything like a gotcha journalism situation?
No, no,
What
no,
am
no, no,
I?
no. Not gonna do you like that. Not gonna do you like that. So I'll start off with my first question. What was your initial reaction when you found out about James' diagnosis with autism?
Um, well, when when we were doing speech therapy, well, he was speech delayed. So I didn't know that. Um, and I wasn't even thinking about anything with autism. I just figured, oh, we're just doing this therapy to get him to talk. And it was just kind of out of the blue to me, where the speech therapist said, I'd like to talk to you about James possibly having autism. So that was kind of like a shot to the chest. Like I wasn't thinking about it. I really didn't know much about autism anyway. So, but I heard it and everything I knew about it was negative. So it was just an initial like shock, like, what? I don't even know what you're talking about. So she, of course, visibly upset. And so she was trying to like, make me feel better. And she was just kind of saying like, this doesn't mean anything bad. It's just that once you know and once he's diagnosed, then there's different resources that are available to you to help him. And she was very, very, very clear about not um, reading things about like vaccinations. She's like, that's not really going to help you at this point for you to read about that kind of stuff. She's like, there's not a lot of merit to it. And reading about anything, just try to don't spend the time trying to read about what people are saying about it and celebrity opinions about autism. Focus on helping him and focus on getting him officially diagnosed. And then so I remember from that appointment we went in my car and I just sat in my car and just started crying because I just know what else to do. And he's in the back seat like, yeah, like he don't know anything. So and then I think I called James Senior, and then I think we just instantly went on the denial train. Like
Naturally,
more
yeah,
so, yeah, more so for me, it was like I had to prove that I had to prove that he was normal.
right. Yeah.
I don't know a better way to say that. Like I felt I had to do that. And then I look back, I'm like, why were you doing that? Like I feel I had to prove that when there was really no reason to. Like it's fine. I mean, of course I've grown since then, but it's just like I just was on this quest for normalcy when clearly he's not neurotypical. So, and I didn't have the words for that at that point. So
Right. So it took you a process of getting information to get you
Yeah.
over that point. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I
That makes
think I always kind of joke, it's kind of like you almost found out that he died a little bit. If that it makes sense. I know that's kind of morbid, but
yeah.
when you have a child, like any parent, you have a picture of what you think their life is going to be like and how they're going to grow up and like just they're gonna go to college, they're gonna be an
Hmm.
astronaut or whatever, like whatever you have in your head of you think, and then you hear that and all of that just like drifts away, like it just like you blow a dandelion and it just
Yeah.
floats away, so you don't know what it looks like anymore, like you don't know the life that you thought is just gone. So that's your instant
Yeah.
like thought, so but you don't, it's not until you kind of do the work and see what is possible that you get to that point and understand, well, there's not only one way to live. So
Yeah. I think a lot of people get into that because we're taught that, you're supposed to grow up, have a family, or grow up, go to college, get a good job, have a family, everybody, in those steps. And life don't always turn out that way.
right, and there's not anything wrong with it, like there's not
Nothing wrong
one
with
way
it.
to live.
Yeah.
So as long as you're
Yeah.
fulfilled, you have purpose, like you should focus more on that. So but yeah, it's a
Yeah.
process.
Cool. Okay. Can you share some of your top three? I know there's probably many challenges that you have, but share some of your top three challenges that you have in raising James and how you process through those or overcome those challenges.
Top three.
I narrowed it to three because I'm sure you probably
I
have.
go on all day. So like
I know.
I would say, well, it's changed over the years, but I would say if I was to speak to right now, because
Hmm.
once he became an adult, expectations changed. So
Hmm.
I would say one would be communication, and I think that's something I bring up a lot because I don't think a lot of people understand, or people who've never really met him in person might have the impression that he's a lot more higher functioning than what he is.
Yeah.
And if you haven't like spent the time to interact with him, you wouldn't understand what I mean by communication. Just him being the ability to have a conversation, like go back and forth. It's not about him being shy. It's not about him like being a man of few words. It's he sometimes doesn't have the words to say what he's trying to get out. So
Yeah.
and he's often one time, a few times he said, my brain is spinning. My brain is spinning. He said that. And I always find it fascinating when someone with autism can kind of sort of describe what it's like. So that's the most he can tell me
Yeah.
is my brain is spinning. So
Mm,
it's like it's a lot floating in there, and it's like basically word soup, and he's trying to put the words together
trying to get
in a
it
sea of
together.
soup, and like trying to piece it together to be able to
That's an interesting way to put it.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I
So
can. Okay.
so it's more of him, if I'm not around, him being able to communicate for himself where I don't have to jump in
Right.
and help him. So I
Yeah.
tried
And someone
not,
advocating and part of that
yeah.
advocating for itself.
Yeah,
And
I
yeah.
try. I tried, if he's in a situation and someone is interacting with him, I try not to, or
Hmm.
you know, it's that. And then the other part is communication is that he tries to hurry up and get it out, and you don't understand him at all. So he talks real
Gotcha.
fast. So it's not in a sentence; it's in like a fragmented sentence. And so yeah, I think communication is the big one there, and that's his output, and then his input is while we say he's smart and all the beautiful things about him, like there's still
We love
cognitive
him.
issues there. So like you
Yeah.
have to explain things to him in a certain way for him to understand you. So or phrase it a certain way. Um like for example, if I give him a direction to do something and the thing I'm asking him to do requires more than 2 steps, well, I'm not
Mm-hmm.
really sure what's gonna happen because it's hard for him to process things like like if I give him a verbal direction to do something, if I say, take the trash out, sweep the floor, take the da 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 da, he's not gonna be able to
That's a
hold on to
lot.
all of that. So
Yeah.
I can tell him, I need you to take the trash out and close the door. 2 things. He can do that, no problem. And then come back to me. And then I can give him 2 more. If there's a situation where I have to give him a direction on something that requires multiple steps, I have to write it out and then walk him through each thing and then show him what each of the steps mean, like
Okay.
the checklist, and then mirroring it to like actually showing him. And sometimes it's broken down where it's like, if for example, if I tell them like to clean a mirror, I have to say, get the cleaner that says glass cleaner, spray 2 times, wipe 10 times. Like you
Oh, I
have to
see what
break
you
it down
mean.
like that. Or wipe until something, like you have to really, because he doesn't know. Like he can't like he just wouldn't know. Like, because if you tell him to go clean the mirror and you give him spray, he's gonna empty out the clip of the spray on the mirror. Because like, you know what I mean? So, but you have to kind of break it down in those five. So communications, oh, I gotta do 3. Okay, that was the one. Communication, I think that's
Listen,
a big one. Uh
that's probably your biggest one, though.
that's my
Yeah.
biggest one. And then
Yeah.
another one would be um he I don't even know if you call them meltdowns anymore, but I don't even,
Hmm.
we'll say episodes. So like he, for the most part, is pretty, happy go lucky, well mannered until something
Yeah.
doesn't go right. So, and it could
Doesn't
be
go his way.
it
Yeah.
could be like, oh, I'm trying to think the last meltdown he had. What was it about? From the peanut gallery.
No one asked you anything.
He's like, I want to
Robert
be
is
on
about
this
to.
now. The last
Robert.
meltdown I think
Robert.
was about, I think it might have been about the internet being down, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was about the internet being down. And
Oh, and then he had a.
Rob Stacks in the building.
Just said, "Hey, Rob Stacks in the building." He said, "What's happening, Big T?"
um,
All these interruptions.
all these interruptions. It's live. It's fine.
It's
I
live.
think I'm
It's
about to get it. I
live.
hear interruption coming my way. So yeah,
Uh
here, here,
oh. Uh
here comes a
oh.
biggie. Here, you're gonna see him in a minute. Oh no, he just went right behind me. There you go. It was, I think it was maybe the internet was down. And
Mm-hmm.
so when it went down, he started banging his computer, which I suppose bang your computer. And so I was like, James, I think the internet is down. Let's give it some time to go back up. It's stupid. I don't like it. Da, da, da. Like he gets so worked up about it.
Yeah.
And he'll start, sometimes he'll grab his head and just start screaming. Um,
Mm.
sometimes or just screaming and crying. And he gets so elevated, like he's dripping with sweat, he's crying.
Mm.
His like anxiety levels at like 1,000.
Oh,
So
I see.
I, I
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it happens often. It happens enough. So and again, we're trying to, if we're not around and that happens, and he's like with people who don't know
Yeah.
what's gonna
What do
happen.
you do?
Do you
Yeah,
call the police
exactly.
on them? Like, so we're trying to work through like being able to regulate your emotions and regulate um how you respond to things that are not like that's not the internet being down doesn't warrant that response, like trying to learn that. So it's so the those episodes or meltdowns, they're different from what he had when he was younger. When he was
Hmm.
younger, it was more so because he didn't have a lot of like words or communication skills. Then it was more like falling to the ground, like falling out screaming and
Oh,
consoling.
I see what you
It was
mean.
like that.
Yeah.
This, it's more of a like, it's like an episode, if that makes sense. So
Yeah.
it's different. It's like someone, if you were to if you were to picture in your head someone, like, what would it look like if someone's having a psychotic episode? That's what it looks like to me.
Oh yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah, and
Uh,
not knowing him and him going through that can be, yeah,
right.
you don't know
Not
what people,
not
how
knowing
people
all
gonna
you have to do is
react.
help him calm down and he'll be fine. He's
Yeah.
not dangerous. He doesn't hurt anybody. He doesn't even hurt himself. He doesn't like crash or anything. Like he doesn't hurt himself. Before he would just flail like when he was like little.
Hmm.
But now he doesn't. He's not harmful to anyone. It's just more so it's scary if you don't know him. I know
Right.
him, so I
Right.
say, hey, knock this crap off. So you know what I mean? I'm like, I can tell him that because I know him. Or like, hey, or I said that's not a proper response. Let's sit down and let's relax. So that, and then I'm trying to think of a third one. I would just say just like because we're talking now. Well, actually, no, I'm just gonna say overall, just other people's opinions. just, so it's just
Yeah.
you get a lot of opinions. I don't think I get as many as I used to, but just throughout the years, it's just yeah, a lot of opinions about just
People.
people not understanding what autism means and trying to retrofit him into their ideal of autism,
Yeah.
um, or trying to cure him of the tism. Um, so, which
So so that's, it's good you brought that up, because one of the questions I had for you is, what are some of the, what is something that you want everyone to know about autism? What do you, is that not just that you wish that they all knew or that they understand, like something that you wish they knew and understand about autism? Because I hear that a lot of, people come up with all these different things. They come to me because they know I have a nephew with autism and tell me things like, "Oh, I know this kid that went to college. You know what I mean? That he did this, this, and this." And so it's annoying. And I want to, say some not so nice things, but I know people just don't know. So,
and generally people mean well, so
yeah,
that's why I
yeah,
every
yeah,
now
yeah,
and then I'll
yeah.
get snippy with people. Like I'll get snarky. You know me.
Hmm.
I'm an asshole. I'll get snarky.
Hmm.
So like so every now and then I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
okay. Like he didn't ever get like how he's gonna go to college, no high school diploma, asshole. So like it's like so I kind of get a
Yeah.
little bit,
Yeah.
but I would say the key thing is to understand about autism is that not everyone is the same. Um, and while it's right in the name of the disorder, it's a spectrum. So
Hmm.
you're not going to get the same type of autism when you look at like 50 different people. So that's important. And also I know in general when people think about autism, they think about little kids, but these little kids have to grow up to be adults. So
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
understanding what that means in the world when you see it and not necessarily writing that adult off as someone that's less because they were
Hmm.
once a little kid that had autism. So yeah, I think those are kind of the major things. And I may have said it before, like anytime you are sending like an autism parent one of those feel good stories about someone with autism, it's like, hey man, that autism parent just trying to figure out today. So right now I'm trying to figure out how to get them to pee in the pot. Like right now, I'm
Right.
trying
Right.
not to bang their head in the wall. Right now, I'm just trying to get them to eat something other than chicken fingers. I'm trying to,
Hmm.
you're very much tactical when you're in it. Like, hey, I'm just trying to figure out today because the shit's falling apart. So like, I'm just trying
Right.
to figure it out today. So
The current, trying to
the
figure out the
current.
current, right?
Yeah, because I can't, when he's 3, that story about that person going to college is not going to help me when he's 3. Like I'm trying to
Yeah.
literally get him to say words. Like we're very,
Right.
and you have to, and I don't know if people really understand, like you really deal with the current situation. You deal with that. And once you kind of
Exactly.
get over something, then you feel comfortable to move on to something else. Like you got to kind of take it in chunks. Don't think too far ahead. Don't get too far yourself
Hmm.
because they're not going to come with you that fast. So they got to kind of, your child has to
Yeah.
guide you through it. and they never get here, but you still have to deal with this here. So I think
Mm-hmm.
while people mean well, I think I would just tell everyone, when you share things like that, it's great to see that in the world. It's great to see, people, with autism, living fulfilled lives. Those are great stories, but sharing it to someone who's in the trenches doesn't do anything for them. So
Yeah.
it just
It's
doesn't.
not very helpful,
It's not helpful at all.
We know
So
you're being thoughtful, but it's not helpful.
kind of pisses them off sometimes. Just kind of
Just a
pisses
little
them
bit.
off. Like,
Just a little bit.
out of
Just
here.
a little bit.
Listen, the any year there's a kid that's a valedictorian and has autism, I was getting that video all the time. I'm like, hey,
Wow.
dude, great. He's touching himself inappropriately. Can you send that video?
Right.
That kid that went to
You
college.
got anything on that? Got
Yeah,
anything?
you got
Any
anything on that?
suggestions? Yeah.
Help me out here. Dealing with today.
Oh
But
man.
yeah, so yeah, I think that's the key things.
In your research and looking for resources and support systems for James, what are some of the ones that you think have been most beneficial to him?
I feel like there's been a lot. Well, definitely speech therapy for sure.
Hmm.
Because I wouldn't even know if I never took him to speech.
Without it,
I mean, I
yeah.
probably would have known eventually, but I wouldn't have known as early as I did if I didn't.
Hmm.
I would say, I'm trying to think, just trying to catalog all the things we've ever done. Um,
Yeah, I know you've done a lot. But
so, I would also say, I mean, his school, like we were very fortunate for like the school system we were in before we moved here. They were amazing. Like, because we
hmm.
started with them and I didn't know anything about anything. I know anything about IEPs. They helped educate me the right way to do things. And they set my expectations. So of what I
Okay.
should be getting from a services standpoint, from communication. That's why I'm such a jerk about stuff, because they kind of set the bar so high, like because of expectations. Um
Right.
they've been super helpful just in general, like a solid school system that has a good special education program, that challenges, that sets up realistic goals, challenges him, um strategizes with you, try to figure things out. Like that was been super helpful throughout the
Mm.
years. Um, trying to think what else. Anything recently? Well, I mean, even though I give him crap, MRS, where he does his summer work program, it is an
Yeah.
awesome experience. It's an awesome experience to have, teens, that have special needs, have the opportunity to have employment for the summer and like learn what it means to work with team members, manage your time while you're working, learning how to follow
Yeah.
direction and learning new jobs. That is an amazing, and getting paid for it. That is an amazing experience that without that organization, I'm not sure would be possible. Given, like he can't go to an interview for it. Like he can't. So like
Yeah. It gives them
I
an
think
opportunity to see what the workforce is
yeah,
like. And
right. So
yeah.
get him and see and be able to also evaluate his skills too.
Hmm.
Um that's also cool. So it's been super helpful. Even though again I give them crap because because like they're slow response, but the program itself as a whole, full stop, is awesome program for someone
Okay.
that is a teenager or young adult with special needs. So that they've been super helpful. I'm trying to think of one more. Man, I've done so much stuff. You know what? When we did music therapy, it was
I
really
remember that.
we didn't do it for long, but it was really cool. And I would say if you have like a younger, see, James is someone who likes music and dancing, so it was great for him. So getting him into anything that was music related, stuff where he can like, sing and play songs was cool, because a lot of times a lot of his speech came out when he sung, which was weird.
Mm.
So like he couldn't talk to you, but he could sing some songs for you. So I think doing speech therapy, especially when they're younger, it had like a almost like a it was a calming effect, and you were able to get some language out of them because they were singing songs.
Yeah.
And yeah, like there's sometimes it was times where he could sing like a full song word for word, but could not talk to you otherwise. So I think music therapy was really helpful too for that, like when he was a younger guy.
Yeah, yep, I remember that. I remember. What are some of the most rewarding moments or milestones you've experienced with James? Now
Uh,
that he's a young man now.
oh God. Ugh, remind me. I would say, and I'm gonna use some small ones and maybe a big one too, but small was getting
There you
him
go.
to shower on his own.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
listen, I
Yeah.
didn't think it was ever gonna be a point where that was gonna happen, and I was concerned. So
Hmm.
and it's not that he's been doing it for like a long time at this point, but I want to say was he like 7 maybe? Like I don't know, like just it got to a point where like he was taking baths, and then I like transitioned from like, okay, I'm gonna put you in the bathtub, like when he was like
Hmm.
getting older, and like I said, like 6, 7-ish. I'm gonna put you in the bathtub. You're gonna handle your business in the bathtub, and then you're gonna call me when you're done. So we transitioned that, but then I was like, okay, well, let's see if we can graduate to showers. And, it was okay. I'm gonna figure out how to transition to showers. When he took the first shower, it was a disaster. It was a disaster. So like he was just not. For some reason, he kept screaming. I don't know why. Like I don't know why. So I was like, okay, well, he's clearly not ready to take showers. But then eventually, like once I showed him how to, this is how you adjust your water, this is how you do that, and this is what you need to do. And I gave him a song to sing, so make sure he watches all his parts, and he still
Oh,
sings,
that's a good idea.
still singing.
Yeah, make a song out of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he still sings the wash up song. So that was a big one. Buttoning his shirt was a big one too. Cause I was like, man, I'm never gonna be
Mm-hmm.
able to buy this kid a button up ever. Like he's just not gonna be able. Cause another thing is fine motor skills. So like to this day he can't tie his shoes because of fine motor skills. We could probably get him there, but the thing with him is the repetition helps him. So if he's not tying his shoes
Hmm.
several times a day, every day, that skill's not gonna stick. So he does still
Yeah.
doesn't know how to tie his shoes. But when he learned how to button his shirt, for the first time, I was like, oh, I was like excited, like because I just
Hmm.
never thought he was ever going
Yeah.
to be able to do it, because I just didn't want to keep being the one having to dress him, having to, I wanted him to take that and do it on his own. And honestly, he takes good he takes pride in doing things on his own. He really does.
Hmm.
Because if
Hmm.
I ask if he needs help with something, it's something he has no
He's
problem
gonna tell
telling
you,
me to back
I got this.
so yeah, he's no problem. It's very sweet when he does it, but it's a tone. It's a tone that I get when he does not want me to engage. So hello, oh, okay, you got it. All right. So he's very much, he takes a lot of pride in being able to do things on his own and not always asking for
That's
help.
good though. It
Yeah,
show he want his own little bit of independence, you
he
know.
does. Yeah,
That's good. Yeah.
yeah. And I guess the other thing is I'll say graduating from high school, even though, he didn't get a diploma, but to be able to get to that point and complete it, and he
Hmm.
accomplished a lot, while he, like, from where he started in preschool to where he's at today, it's like night and day. I didn't anticipate him being able to do most of the things he could do.
Hmm.
So I think that was a huge accomplishment to be able to complete high school and move to the next level. So
Yeah.
yeah.
What was it? You kind of touched a little bit on it earlier, but my question is, what are some of your hopes and dreams for James' future? I know you had mentioned like the communication and things like that. I know,
Yeah.
I know, I know. But is it anything that do you even think that far ahead? Is that something you ever do you even have time to think that far ahead?
Well, I always make time to think about shit.
Okay,
But
okay.
I think now what I think about the most is what happens when we're not here. Is what
Yeah.
that's if anything like keeps me up at night or randomly that'll keep me up at night. Is if I'm not here.
Hmm.
Not even both
Mm.
me and
Yeah.
James. If just I'm not here, like what does
Yeah.
that look like? Because he relies on me a lot for this for things
Hmm.
like it's not even he relies on me to do things, just support, like just emotional support stuff too. Like he
Mm-hmm.
relies on me a lot. So, or a great deal, not a lot, it was a great deal. So what I'd like is for him to be in a situation where he's able to have a job. Um, like I don't know what job, I don't know what kind of I don't know, but I would
Yeah.
like him to be able to have a job that he takes pride in, he enjoys, he makes decent money, whatever that looks like. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I'd like for him to be able to live independently, um, and be able to navigate independently. Like these are very small things, but these are like things I would love to see. Um, and yeah, those are kind of the main things. Because I can't. I feel the job thing is sort of attainable. We're trying to like see,
Mm-hmm.
like we're kind of like, ooh, what can he do? Like, what are his skills? Can we help improve his skills? So I feel like I can sort of see that happening. The living independently, maybe. Still got to do some more exploring there. Being able to navigate independently, I can't see it right now. Not to say he won't be able to
Yeah.
do it, because like we're gonna have to
Right.
like force a situation to just get us out of our comfort zone. I just
Right.
can't visualize it yet. I can't visualize it. So yeah, so those are kind of the main ones. Yeah.
What do you do? How do you take care of yourself? Like your mental and emotional health. What do you do for yourself? And
Vodka
maybe get
cranberries.
some
No.
recommendations in a minute.
No, not vodka. Not every day. Not vodka cranberries every day. No, I'm just joking. Um, what I try to do, and I don't do it enough, and a lot of
Mhm.
moms are guilty of that. Like they don't take care of themselves enough. But what I try to do is like I'll try to do like small splurge things for myself. Like I'll get my nails done every month. I get my eyelashes
Mhm.
done. I was starting to get in the routine of like getting facials every, I think, 3 months. I fell off that a little bit. Need to get back on that. But like self-care stuff like that.
Mhm.
Physically trying to take care of myself. I do Pilates. Need to maybe do some cardio too, figuring that out. I also I want to try to get into some form of meditation. Um,
Yeah, that's
I've done
good.
it informally. What happens is if there's a situation where James has one of his episodes, or it's not even one of his episodes, but he also does a thing where he just does not let something go. Like he keeps going, he keeps
Yeah.
asking, or he just keeps asking. And I'll have to like take a breath because I don't want to yell at him. I'm not saying I never do, but it happens.
Mhm.
I don't want to yell at him, but I'm trying to talk him through it so that he understands to let it go. So, like example, he ordered some socks from Amazon. He ordered 2 packs of socks. I didn't see when he got the package, so I have no idea what was in the package at all. I wasn't here to see him open the package. So he comes to me and says, "Where's my other pack of socks?" And I'm like, "What? I don't know what you're talking about. I have 1 pack of socks. Where's my other pack of socks?" So I'm like, "Well, where's the 1 pack of socks?" So he already had it in his drawer all set, like had them all folded in the drawer.
Oh.
So I'm like, "Well, did you have to?" Yeah. Okay. Well, where did you put the other one? Where's my other pack of socks? Where's my other pack of socks? So he's frantically opening drawers, trying to look. And he's looking in
Mm.
his desk drawer. He's looking at like places socks don't even go. So I'm like, well, James, I was like, I have no idea. I don't know what happened. You for sure got 2 packs. So I'm trying to walk him through that to try to
Yeah.
at least find out, is it just that you just got 1 pack or what? Because he can't give me any detail. So
Mm.
so he keeps going on. I was like, well, James, at this point, the socks are missing, the socks are lost. We can't find them. What you can do, so I'm trying to help him figure out how to solve, or you can order another pack of socks and just next time make sure you uh make sure you account for what you ordered in your package, because I'm assuming he only got one pack of socks in the box, because
Right.
I don't know what.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then he's constantly, where's my socks? Where's my socks? Where's my socks? Oh my god, where's my socks? Where's my socks? Where's my socks? So I had to just walk away. Like I just had to walk away.
Yeah.
And then sometimes when I do that, he brings it over to me still. So I'm still in, like, he keeps going. And
Keep
I
you
have
in
to
it.
say,
Yeah.
James, I need you to stop. I need you to give me 5 minutes, because mommy can't right now. Can you
Mhm.
give me 5 minutes? Why do you need 5 minutes? I don't understand. Why do you need 5 minutes? So then he starts that train. Oh, are you mad at me? Like, no, no, no. Do you don't love me? I'm like, okay, okay.
Mhm.
I just need 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Or I'm
Give
going
me a
to
high five. Just give me a high five.
give me a high five. Sometimes a high five will save a life. Taking a five, like I was saying before, taking a five,
Yeah.
to just regroup and like trying to keep my sanity. Actually
Mhm.
doing this vlog's been helpful, whether or not people watch it or not. It's been helpful to just kind of get it out. Because there's a lot of
Mhm.
stuff in my brain about the autism
Yeah.
stuff. So getting it out is helpful. I would say what I need to maybe try to do more is try to figure out like maybe like weekend solo trips. I did like a little camping thing that was amazing.
Yeah.
Do that
Just
again.
to get away. Yeah.
It was like
Yeah.
I didn't have to be responsible for anything. Like it was like I didn't nothing.
See.
Like it was just, and I could just take a nap at like 2 o'clock. Nobody's gonna say it. Nobody's gonna disturb me.
No
And
one's gonna come and bother you.
no one had bothered me. So it was just self-sustaining. It's like just so things like that. I find helpful to try to, keep my sanity.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then my final question, it's a little bit of a long question, but I guess not really that long.
Notepad.
Oh, with it's an election year, right?
Okay.
With talks of Project 2025 that we're hearing all in the media, and the changes that they're looking to put in place for federal policy, although it doesn't explicitly say that there's going to be changes for people with special needs, but I think the long goal, it will affect people with special needs. So I mean, do you have any concerns? Have you looked into any of what's going on with that?
um Great question. Um, I personally haven't dug deep because for my own
Mm-hmm.
sanity. Because digging too deep and like going
Mm-hmm.
in a rabbit hole is just not good for my mental health. Like
Yeah,
I just try to like
that's
not.
good to, yeah,
So
yeah, that's, yeah.
but to that point, a lot of talk has been mentioned even before Project 2025 was like the thing in the atmosphere about like
Mm-hmm.
limiting or eliminating DEI and
Mm-hmm.
DEI initiatives, DEI programs for different organizations, companies, whatnot. And that's not just for Black people, Black and brown people. That's for people with special
Yeah.
needs as well,
Yes.
because it falls under that. Like I'm fortunate, company that I work for, we have an amazing DI team, and also I get to work with them because I'm part of a employee resource group for people with special needs and their caregivers. And
Mm-hmm.
you really see, because it covers all types of special needs. So like we'll get like something where someone is looking for help because they need an accommodation because of they can't see certain colors. They need accommodations because they have some congenital hearing loss. Um, a lot of what I do, like in my day job, is websites, and the amount of things you have to do for a website to make it accessible for everyone to be able to use a website.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it goes on and on. It's not specific to autism, it's specific to people who um, are marginalized in some type of way. So, it's kind of disheartening that I'm trying to think of a way to say it, that by trying to, you know, minimize it to, oh, it's just a bunch of people trying to give handouts to like Black or brown people, when that's really not the case.
Not what it is. Yeah.
Most of most programs or organizations that I've worked with for James have bubbled right into like DEI initiatives. So it's like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I don't know how it would be possible for him to have some of the opportunities that he's had because of that. And people,
Mm-hmm.
you know, making a point to give opportunities to people who can't can't normally do it, can't do it the normal channel. Like, you know, he can't go
Right.
interview
Right.
for a job. Like he can't. Like he doesn't have the speech to do it, the communication. He would never be able to do like a 45-minute interview. He just would not. So
Yeah.
but he can show you what he can do. So he can show you skills. He can show you he's the
Yeah.
ability
Just
to
give
learn
them the opportunity.
if you give him
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
opportunity. So
Opportunity. Yeah.
I don't know. I think that I'm of the mind is that I'm gonna vote the way I'm gonna vote, which I think is the right way. And
Yeah.
I'm just gonna hope that that does not affect so many people. Like it just seems like we're just making a blanket. It's a blanket thing to put out there to dog whistle to a certain group of people when it's just no one really sees the ramifications. Like that touches everybody. Everybody knows somebody with special needs.
Yeah.
Like everybody. Like so that
Yeah.
it's
Yeah. At least
impossible.
even yeah, even like the smaller things, like for me, I get an accommodation that I need to be able to stand. So I have to have a stand up, things like that. Although it's different from a special needs person maybe having autism, I still get an accommodation that says, I need a desk that stand up. I have to stand up every so often and stuff.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, no, I get it. Yeah,
Yeah. So it's I hate to see something just broadly thrown out there without people really understanding how widespread. Like, okay, so you don't care about Black and brown people, but I can guarantee you,
what
you
about
know
these people?
somebody that has special needs.
Oh
Like,
yes.
if it
Yeah.
doesn't move you to care about Black and brown people
Yeah.
or queer people, if you don't care about any of those people, I'm
Yeah.
sure you know someone.
It could be, I mean, it could be a family member, like you
Right.
not thinking, yeah,
Right.
you got,
I'm sure
yeah,
you know someone that has special needs. I'm sure you do.
yep,
So,
yep.
of any kind. So, yeah, I guess for me, it's just I can't I try, this may not be always the great way to think, but I try not to put a lot of weight in things that I can't fully control. I can only go
Hmm.
out, put my best foot forward and vote how I see fit.
Right.
But you know, it is concerning. I don't know. I don't know exactly what it means because it's just a lot of like it's a lot of rhetoric right now. I don't know like
Yeah,
full
same.
stop what exactly it means other than like what they're saying. So but I just know that the core of like DI also includes special needs people. So I just, you know, that and that's kind of like my thought about it is just I think people just need to really understand that it's not just this one thing. It's a very
It's
broad,
way broader.
it's very
Yeah,
broad. So
yeah.
yeah.
Right.
Those are good questions.
It took me a while. I had help.
I don't feel like that.
So,
No, you did it pretty quick. Those are good questions. Those were very good questions. I don't know about this dance right now, but yeah. But no, I was serious. You could literally ask me anything. I don't care. So it's not like nobody's ever like. I mean, I think somebody's.
uh-huh.
I'm trying to think what are some of the wildest things I've gotten asked before. Um,
That would have been a good question.
oh,
Some
I
of
can
the
just.
wildest things
I'm
you,
just trying to think. Like, what's
yeah, because I'm
one?
sure some people
Um,
would have said some stupid stuff. So,
it was. I guess I can't remember how it was worded, but when someone found out he had autism, it wasn't like anyone that I like. I don't know if it was like maybe a coworker or somebody I saw in passing. Something to the effect of basically asking him like what his superpower was. Like, you know, like because like it like, like how we talk about like, yeah, it was something to the effect of like, what's his superpower? Like, because they were trying to like if you look at like when you see someone just with autism like in a movie or something, it's like they always have this extraordinary ability of some sort. And so like he was thinking of like a Rain Man or like the Good Doctor or any of the other magical autism people. Like, so I was just kind of sitting there like I don't know. He doesn't have what's his thing? Don't
Like, that's not real.
It's not. I mean, I'm sure for some, but it's just not. Or someone that's very high functioning and that they have a high intellect and
Yeah.
happen to be. But it's like I
When
think people were equating autism with just someone that has high intellect, and that's not necessarily true. Oh, it was another one where well, people ask about people will tell me that he didn't have autism, but they never met him,
how do you, yeah, wow.
or they only said hi to him. So it was like
You got all that from high.
all that from high. But I, like I said before, I think when people see him in the pictures, the pictures and him looking all smooth in the pictures, they feel he is higher functioning than he is.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
so he's still who he is. He just likes to pose. So he's like to post these pictures. So
Right.
he's just really good at posting pictures. So like I don't know. Like I don't take any
He doesn't
pictures
have
of having him
autism.
looking distressed. Like I don't take those pictures.
And
So,
no,
so yeah,
no.
he doesn't
Just
like
like
those pictures.
just like when I was with him and everyone was talking about like he's such a nice dresser. He got these nice clothes on. I was like, oh, how should he dress?
Listen here. I always say you can't be busted and have autism. So we're gonna learn how to dress properly.
But it's weird when I hear people say that. Like, what do you expect him to look like?
Well, I
Like,
mean, some people send their kids to all the pieces, Rhonda. I'm not gonna lie to you. So I just made a point to teach him how to dress properly.
how to dress right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like he just because he has autism doesn't mean like now I'm not gonna lie, some of the outfits put together, not the best, but sometimes like it's not. But I'm trying to get him to like be able to express himself, but also teach him how to put things together too. So like
Right. Yeah.
help him be able to, okay, if I'm picking this outfit, these are the shoes I can wear with this outfit. Like him being able to do that on his own was just important to me. I just prioritize it. I don't I just whether he had autism or was neurotypical, I never was into this, hey, just let him wear whatever and have him look like a bum. Like I if anything, I don't know. I just feel a certain kind of way when parents just let the kids just like they just literally rolled out of bed and just kind of like came to school. Like that just
Yeah.
bothers me.
Yeah.
So I just made a point of just making sure he knows, hey, unless it's like pajama day at school, you're not wearing pajamas out, because
Right.
they're night
Right.
clothes, and how to put clothes together properly. So if that translates and everybody thinks he's a snappy dresser, then so be it. So,
So
but I just made a point of just because again, I just joke, you can't have autism and be out here busted. I won't have
right.
it. I won't have it.
Right.
Nope. You gonna represent autism well. That's what
That's right.
you gonna
That's
show
right.
them. That's how we do.
This is how we do over
Okay.
here.
You gonna show you gonna step out on them.
And he does. He
And he
does.
does. So
Yeah.
just
Yep.
saying. Now, like I said,
Yep.
sometimes these outfits don't be quite hitting. Some of them ain't always right. Sometimes I just let it go. If it's egregious, then I'm like, hey, dude, can you go back and like just yeah.
Yeah.
But usually for the most part, I just try to I only really step in if something's too small. Like if he's wearing something
Okay.
that's too small. Like then like it's like, okay,
But
yeah.
if he put different colors together, you okay. It's not
Usually
you're
I'm
not
fine. Usually I'm like because I'm trying to get him to like this is what he wanted to do. So,
yeah.
I try not to But if it's something where like it was one shirt he wore, and clearly you can see his heart beating, that boy. Like his heart beating was in there. Bottom of his little tummy was out. I'm like, sir, that is not that's not.
No, no.
Let's pick a shirt that fits a little better. And I don't ever shame them. I don't ever shame.
Yeah,
I just say
absolutely.
let's pick a shirt that fits a little bit better. If that one seems a little small, let's find one that fits you better. If it fits your body better. So I try to approach it that way. Or if it's like example, he was wearing those winter socks that Robert bought him.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
like recently, like just shorts, thick
It's
fluffy
90
winter
degrees.
socks. I'm like, hey, bud, we send those for when it's like 35 or 40 degrees outside. So you like let's stick to our like short socks or stick to our thin socks. Okay. So like I try not to like shame him if there's a misstep. Just explain to him like, hey, or if he puts on a hoodie and it's like 80 degrees, I'm like, hey, did you make, because I part of what he's supposed to do when he's picking out his clothes is check the weather. So I was like, hey, did you check the weather? What did it say? And he'll go back and say, oh, no, it's hot. Okay. So like trying to like put the onus back on him, but still letting him express. So I'm trying not to just pick out an outfit for him. Like I don't think I ever do that. It's just pick out an outfit for him. I like explain what he has, what if it's like a special event or
Hmm.
something. I have him pick his own outfit.
Okay.
When we
Okay.
go shopping, he picks his clothes. I tell him to walk around and see what you like. I tell him
Hmm.
what's like, I like look for your size, but like I'm not picking out outfits no more.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
yeah.
Yep. That's good though. You be independent, more independence
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
his own little, yeah.
Yeah.
Be able to pick
So,
his own clothes. He don't want mom dressing him.
no, and I don't want to. So I'm not interested. No, I'm not not interested in dressing
Yeah.
adults. So yeah. Well, I don't think I've picked out his clothes in many years. Like, yeah. He's been pretty
Mhm. On
much.
his, yeah.
Yeah, since he's learned how to like set an alarm, wake himself up and get showered, I think that is the last time I've ever like picked any clothes out, because part of his routine is he the night before he picks out what he's going to wear and he sets it out.
Oh yeah.
If it needs to be ironed, I'll iron it for him, but other than that, I'm not in it at all.
Has he tried to use his steamer yet?
Yes, that's still a process
The
because
process.
he's not quite comfortable using it yet.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can
So,
see
but he
that.
gonna have to be. So,
Yeah. Yeah, because even with mine, I'm extra cautious with it,
and that's
because
what he is. Yeah.
and it's not like it's gonna break open and stuff. In the back of in my head, I feel like, oh, I gotta make sure this hot water doesn't, you know what I mean? So
Yeah. I think
I'm
just the
cautious with it.
steam coming out. It's
Yes,
like kind
yes.
of like for him.
Is yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So because of that, and I know it's hot, I'm extra cautious. It's like an iron. I'm not cautious with it. I'm just gonna iron. But
Mhm.
it's something about knowing that steam is there. I'm extra cautious with it. But
Yeah.
yeah, he'll get it. Yeah.
He's gonna have to because I'm not doing it. Nope. I'm not doing it. Like what? Because he'll ask me to come help him, but I still make him do it. I just supervise
Yeah.
him. I'm like, no,
Yeah.
you're still gonna do it. I'm just watching you. Like so, and I'm
Mhm.
trying to show him. So it's we're trying to get to where are you gonna lay your clothes on the bed and steam, or are you gonna lay it on your
Or
chair? Like
stand
trying
it
to
up.
figure out the
Yeah.
right location. So he's used it a few times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just like the steamer. I figured that would probably be better for him than an iron. I'd rather steam my clothes than iron them. So
Yeah, and it's trying to get him because he's trying to use the steamer with both hands. I'm like, no, you use it with one hand and like kind of hold your clothes. So like trying to get him to figure that out too.
yeah.
So yeah, but I mean I feel he will. It's just a matter of him getting comfortable with it.
Mhm.
Because he like I said, he's gonna have to because I'm not doing
Get it together, Juju. Get James Jones.
it. Yeah,
James
not
Jones
doing it.
too.
Not interested. Not interested in steaming your clothes. Like not interested. Yeah. Because what he would do was he needed something ironed. he come and say, "Mom, can you iron this for me?" And I say, "Yeah." I sit it on my chair, my office, and then
Mhm.
if I hadn't ironed it, like say within the hour, it's still like early in the evening. If I haven't ironed, he comes back and looks in. Oh man,
You
oh.
still haven't got this yet.
Like politely, he looks in there. Oh, okay. And then if it's like 7:30 or 8, he looks in. Oh, are you gonna iron my shirt, Mom? Yeah. And then like so now I had to stop and like, iron make sure I was like, and I told him once, even if I don't iron it before you go to sleep, know that when you wake up, you'll have an iron garment
Iron.
on
Yeah.
your on your dresser waiting for you.
Oh man.
He like sometimes he acts like I'm just like this independable mom. Like, I don't know. Ugh. Just like with
Can
the
I trust?
grocery list.
Yeah. Can
Just
I
like with
trust her or not?
yeah. It's like, when have I ever let you down, kid? You're pretty dependable. Like, why are you acting like I don't know? I gave her something. She can't. Business.
You're so independable, like
I mean, I didn't know I was such a flake. Like, just
man. Mm-mm.
yeah. So, no last words. Well,
No last word.
thank you for joining Autism.
Oh, thank you. Yes, yes.
Yes.
For joining us. Yes.
Thank you for joining Autism Be Goodness and all our technical difficulties. You may or may not see most of them, depending on how this gets edited. So,
Right.
but thank you for joining. Hope you enjoyed this interview. I enjoyed it. These were great questions, Rhonda.
Thank you.
And
Thank
if you would
you.
like to join another episode, let me know. But
I'm
yeah,
on. Get me in here.
did you?
No.
All right.
All right.
Thank
All right.
you.
See ya.